Well, hello everyone, it's Kryptonite here. Now, in Hydroneer, are you fed up of your machines breaking like this and you having to constantly keep repairing them? Well, I'm going to show you an easy way to set up a contraption just like this, which is an auto repair system. Now, there are two different variations of this one. There's this one here that you can see, and we've also got this one that looks a little bit cleaner. Now, there are a couple of differences, so I'll run through them as well. But to start with, let's run through what we actually need to be able to build this contraption. So let's start here with the right hand side. What we will need is a logic reader display. We will also need a logic flip hook, and we will need some elbows, some straights. We will also need a logic spanner hurling unit, and we will also need a logic durability reader. And then lastly, we are going to need these filter hooks just here. Now, these filter hooks, if you're in Volcaladis just like me, they will work on the lava pipes. If you are on the original base game and not the DLC, this will still work on the water pipes as well. So let's go ahead and look at these setups. This setup is really quite simple. So basically, each filter hook, if we just pick this one up here, as you can see in the bottom left, it will say it increases the lava quality by 20% and the max is 100%. So that's why we have 5 here. So that increases the quality of the water, which enables the time before our machines break down lasts a little bit longer. Now, instead of your machines breaking down, these filters will break down in the same way, and you will have to repair them with toolkits. So that's why we have the auto repair system set up just like this. So if we look at this front one, it's really nice and simple. So you've got your durability reader here, which just goes into an elbow, into a straight pipe, into another elbow, and just down to the spanner hurler, which then points to the pipe and the filter here. And that's basically it. So this reader here is just telling me the durability that this filter is reading. So this one's at 90%. And here we have a flip hook. Now the flip hook, if we just take it, turns an incoming logic of 0 into 1 and anything bigger or equal to into 1. As you can see, if we move this, it will constantly keep going on. So we want to put that back there. So what that basically means is when this reader reads 0, it will pass through this flip hook, which will turn it into 1, which will then in turn turn the spanner hurler on and fire a spanner into our filter, repairing it. And then obviously anything greater than 0, it just sends a signal of 0 down, which is basically making the spanner hurler in its off position. So basically what we have here is the same setup spread across every single one. Now this is the most efficient way to do it. There is another one over here which does look a little bit cleaner. It's easier to hide. So let's have a look at this one and I'll explain why this one might not be the best option. So yeah, again, we've got our 5 filters, we've got our 5 spanner hurlers here, but as you can see, we've only got one durability reader on the beginning filter, and our filter is currently reading at 33%. Now this is set up exactly the same way with our flip hook. The only difference is when this one here reads 0, it will automatically repair every single filter. Now this isn't the most efficient way to do it in regards to the amount of spanners you will be using. If we look over here at these readers, you can see the different values. So the first one is at 7, the next one is at 28, 49, 69, 90. So it's about a 20% difference between each one. So once the first filter is out of durability, we've still got a little bit left in these ones. So this sort of system, although it looks a bit bulky and a bit messier, I kind of like this though. It kind of shows off the logic side of the game, and this will just independently, when each filter needs it, will distinguish a spanner to repair it. But as I said, this side will do it all at once, so we are wasting spanners, because once this hits 0, this will probably still be at 20%, 40, 60 and 80. So this one is near enough at 100% capacity, so hurling a spanner at it to repair it is kind of a waste. But this one is a little bit easier to kind of hide if you want to hide it under flooring, and it just looks a little bit neater. But there's 2 designs there, so it's completely up to you what kind of design you want to go for. If you have an unlimited amount of money and you don't mind wasting spanners, that one over there might be the one for you. Now we can take this one step further. So instead of having to constantly keep an eye on your spanner hurlers, so they will take 20 spanners, and in each tool bag you get 5 spanners. So we can just pop this into here and we can refill it just like that. Now if you don't want to waste time, or you don't want to keep an eye on these and having to keep doing these, we can make this system even more automated. So what I have here is an ice melter to provide us with water, which you need for the DLC. If you're in a base game, you don't need to worry about this. You obviously have your water intakes, and what we have here is a random conveyor conveyor belt. And you're probably wondering, well, that just goes into the floor. Well, yes, it does. But under my floor, I have a conveyor belt system. So we've just removed this one and we'll remove this one as well. So basically all I've done is looped a conveyor belt system all the way around here. I won't remove all the floors because it can be a little bit awkward, but just over here we have an angled one as well. We'll just pop that down out of the way. And then we have the conveyor belt that goes along here that we can place it down. So if we pop this on, you will see that our drill at the end will be providing with water, and you can see the conveyor belts are now spinning around. So now that we have that all sorted, what we can do is grab a couple of our spanner bags and we can pop it down in this conveyor belt here. And as you can see, it will move along the conveyor belt and you'll see it just clip through this one and it will automatically fill this up. So there we go. So basically it will just clip through just the tops of them and it will just keep circulating itself around. Now, one thing you want to bear in mind, if you have done what I have done and you've hid it underneath floors, you try and drop them on a conveyor belt through the floor. As you can see, it doesn't do anything. So that's why I have this little bit of conveyor belt sticking out, so we can just do it like this. Now what we can do is take it to the next level and we can completely fill this thing up so we don't have to worry about it for a very long time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and we will see what it looks like. So there we go. Now we've stocked up our conveyor belt full of tool bags. As you can see, they will just automatically keep rotating around and clipping through and they will repair themselves. So the one at the front is at 97%, so that one has just been repaired. So what we can do now is put our floors back down, and as you can see, you can do this with the tool bags on the conveyor belts. It doesn't affect it at all. And then once we pop that there, it looks kind of cool. Look, we have some floating tool bags just sliding around the floor repairing our system. So there we go, everyone. That is how you set up a nice automatic repair system for your water filters. Something I do want to bear in mind is, I know I had these filters at the top, but this was just for showcase purposes. What you want to do is you want to have them on the side where your spanner hurdles are facing. Otherwise you will come across a problem where if they're on top, once it reads 0, your spanner hurdler will just constantly keep shooting spanners because it's not hitting the filter hook. So you just want to place them just like that so they're facing towards it. Sorry for that little bit of confusion. I just put it there for showcase purposes, just make it a bit easier to see. Now this contraption over here is going to be my new updated auto repair system, so keep an eye out for that video. I will have that coming very shortly. But there we go, everyone. That is the auto repair system. It's been Kryptonite here. Don't forget to hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well for more Hydroneer logic content. Thank you all for watching and I will see you in the next one.